All right. Good morning, everybody. Talk True Perspective. Today is Relationship Thursdays. How's everybody doing today? Today's we're going to talk about, like I said, last on Relationship Thursdays, but today we're going to talk about the side chicks. We're going to talk about the bottom bitches. We're going to talk about mistresses, and then I got a bonus category today. Okay, but let's just do what I did with before. Now, the side chicks, they're you. They're needed. Believe it or not, just like even though we don't like them. Sometimes a lot of women, they things happen with their bodies and stuff, and they let their men go out there and have another woman. It's possible. When my wife was sick and everything, she gave me the opportunity or option to do that. I just didn't. So I understand where side chicks could come from. So we got to be kind of careful as long as it's agreeable. Now, if it's just a side chick, somebody messing around, that's different. But the side chicks is when everybody's agreed upon. And then all of a sudden you have what was known as the bottom bitch. Remember I told you about those. You know, they're kind of like the B bands, but they're the female version. And see, those are the chicks that if you meet a chick who was always a bottom bitch with another dude, leave her alone. Because like I said, you'll never have her. You understand what I mean? Somebody always be controlling her. Those are the two first categories. And everybody already know what bottom bitches are. They've been there for years, so I don't have to get into that. I don't want to waste time. The category that I really want to talk about the most is the mistresses. See, one thing about them is people say that, they're the ones that ruin relationships and everything, but it's not the mistress that ruins it, it's the man. Because the man went and got a mistress. You can't blame that woman for a man wanting to put money in her pocket and take care of her and everything. Even though, you're not really supposed to do it, it's a bad thing, but you're supposed to get really mad at, the dude for doing that. I asked my daughters, right? I was like, look, if a woman came into this house and started messing with daddy when mommy was alive, and daddy used to not be home and go mess with this woman, would you like that lady? How would you feel? They would say, no, I hate her. Why would you do that? So I was like, don't you ever become nobody's mistress. That's what I'm teaching my daughters, fellas. That's what this relationship thirties is about. It's not just about the relationship with me. It's also about the relationship of raising our kids. And I told you before, I'm raising daughters. And being out here dating and everything, the things that I've seen, I'm going to teach my daughters the right thing. So all these ladies that I met are things that I would definitely tell my daughters don't do. So I tell my daughters, don't become nobody's mistress. Don't ever do that. You're going to ruin somebody's life. I understand how you could get in that position there, but don't do it. You wouldn't like it if somebody did it to mom, then don't do it to somebody else's family. You understand what I mean? So all you women that's out there trying to be mistresses, they're kind of like, you're looked down upon. You're looked upon as, high-ranked HO set of 304s or whatever they call it, 704s or whatever the word is. You know what I mean? 304s, I think that's what it is. Yeah, 304s. That's what they're called. That's what you're looked at as part. All you mistresses, all you ladies that are mistresses, yeah, the world look at y'all like you're 304s. But now the second category or the subcategory of mistresses is something that somebody said was called sugar babies. That's the worst one. Listen to me, ladies, when I talk about this. See, a lot of ladies go out there and say, oh, yeah, I was his sugar baby. I was his sugar baby. And what you're doing is you're ruining your life. How you ruin your life? Because that man just told you everything about him. If he said he liked you because you're a sugar baby, in other words, what he's telling you, he's another Hugh Hefner. Remember when I did that video on Hugh Hefner? What did Hugh Hefner used to do? See, in the black community, they call them sugar babies. In the white community, they call them Playboy bunnies. Yeah. Because what did I tell you Hugh Hefner did? When them girls turned 26 years old, he kicked them out. What happened to all you women when y'all start looking old and start just aging naturally? He's looking for a sugar baby because he's a pervert. So he's going to leave you no matter how old you are. Yeah, you can stay looking good until your 30s or 40s. He might stay there that young. You know what I mean? Because some women do look banging at that age. He might stick around for a minute. But most dudes looking for sugar babies usually drop them off around their 30s, 26 to 30. They get rid of you. They need another young chick, which means that you wasted all your life. You probably been done, had kids, did everything, thinking that this dude is yours when the only thing you admitted and you told him you was a sugar baby. Don't do that, ladies. I tell my daughters that too. Don't do that. So what I'm trying to get to all you fellas to understand that when we out here on dads supporting dads, dudes supporting dudes, men supporting men, relationship Thursdays, all this stuff right here. This is all about how we're going to raise our kids. Those type of relationships. The relationship between a father and his daughter. How a father tells his daughter how not to become like a side chick, a bottom bitch, a mistress, or a sugar baby. If you don't want your daughters doing that, fellas, come on, guys. We got to step it up. Step our game up. Start talking about raising our daughters. That's why I said it's going to be men who's going to have to change everything. And it's going to be men starting to change with our daughters. But anyway, y'all, I'm Tiger Talltree. Until next time, if there's a next time, ladies, just know what stage you in. Don't be none of them three things. It's not a good look. Trust me. But if you have to be the side chick, just make sure that everybody agrees. That's it. All right? Other than that, I'm Tiger Talltree. Until next time, if there's next time, enjoy your week.